so destructive. It is indiscriminate. It's going to kill people, innocent people. But how do we stop this? How do we stop this to happen? Is to seek deeper in ourselves. Because against aggression and domination and violence, the only weapon we have is love. We cannot expect politicians to resolve it for us. So we have to ask for a miracle. And from my own experience, miracles happen. So we have to use our meditation powers and ask for a miracle to resolve these issues in the world, within ourselves, and in the whole world. Before I introduce Brett, who is presenting the program, I'm going to show you a few slides. So these slides, they are showing what we call miracle photos. So I know the person who took that photograph, and she had a normal camera and she took several photos, and two of those photos came out that way. It was a musical program where we were singing, enjoying. It was a Sahaja yoga meeting musical program. And these lights came out in the photograph. So we told Shamataji about it, and she said these lights are showing the energy of the people surrounding them, all this energy of Kundalini surrounding the people, all these vibrations. And over the years, we have seen quite a few photographs showing vibrations. So today I only have a couple, but I will search more, and next time I'll present you more photographs. This one is from the same evening, where on another photograph, it shows the lights coming out of the heads of people. So definitely, miracle is possible. We need to go deeper. And this photograph is Srimataji in Romania. She was giving a public program, and someone took a photo, and it came out like this. It's like Srimataji has some light coming on her. And this is just Srimataji. All right, now I'm going to bring Brett to introduce him for the program.
Hello, good evening.
So, Brett, welcome to the program, and I would like to ask you the usual question is, when did you start Sahaja Yoga?
Okay, I started Sahaja Yoga about 15 years ago. Yes.
And why did you start, and why did you stay?
Okay, yes. I can remember from my school days with a friend or a couple of friends, and we'd often talk about seeking and what's the true meaning of seeking, and what are we going to find if we do start seeking. And this was a subject that was we talk about, but only with a small group of friends. And these friends went off and tried a few different meditations and found Sahaja Yoga and came back and told me about it. And they couldn't believe that they were so successful in finding something so powerful and profound. And
this is the miracle I was talking about.
Yes. But it was another miracle. They found it almost immediately in their seeking, in their journey. And they entered into Sahaja Yoga and been in for a long time. And I kind of just couldn't believe that the thing that we were actually seeking was handed to us on a plate right in front of us, straight up. It's ready to take. I was a little bit slow on the uptake, you might say. Just cautious that could it really be everything that we're seeking? And then they would play talks, what Shamataji says, you've been seeking for lifetimes and lifetimes. And I'm like, and I just get it straight away this lifetime. I can't believe it's possible. It's true. But I could see the changes in these people because I knew them very well. I could really see their development or their sort of real personality, the spirit within them come out of their in their personality, their true identity. And that was very appealing to me, because that's the identity, that's the person I wanted to be, my true self, my true spirit. But yet in all this seeking, it's somewhat a bit of an illusion, or a bit of it's behind the curtain, a veil, you know. And then I heard a talk on Shamanaji, and she said, if you it took me a long time to say, when am I going to get it? I'm coming to these programs. When am I going to get it? When am I going to get it? It hasn't sunk in yet. Shamanaji says, if you're really serious about your getting your realization, foot soak for 30 days and you'll be transformed. So I said, okay, Shamanaji, I'm going to do that. And that was the real thing that brought me to Sahaja Yoga. I foot soaked for 30 days, and that was what really turned me around, in the sense, now I get it.
Wow, that's a beautiful experience. That's
was, yeah, a nice introduction for me.
That's very good. And how do you reconcile between your meditation, which is purely in tune with this energy of thoughtlessness, love, detachment? How do you reconcile this with your professional life, for example, or even your married life?
Or my professional life, or my what?
Or your professional life or your married life, like your family life?
Yes. It's with kids, and I have 3 children, so it's a real.
But this is too easy. Kids are just joy. That's the easiest part.
It is a balancing act, yes. The real necessity to, okay, if I'm going to stay on top of things, if I really want to keep my cool, I've got to do my meditation every day. I've got to do my foot soaks, I've got to do my meditation. And just that desire to keep that discipline, you might say, or just to keep that in my attention, that's sort of what keeps me grounded. It's very easy just to sort of get lost in all these things that are pulling your attention left, right, and center.
That's right. Because you could be an artist, you could be a bricklayer, you could be a minister, you could be anything. But what you said so right. The key of keeping our balance is to maintain our attention, our focus, our depth in meditation every day. That's so easy said, but so true, really. Okay, look, I will let you go deeper in the void now. Don't get lost, because it's the ocean of illusions. And I'll see you after.
Thank you very much, Jean-Michel. Okay, so yes, good evening. We're going to be talking about the void area. I have a 6-minute video which we could start the session off with today, just giving a basic description and a bit of information about that. So we could play that, and then I'll come back to talking a bit about various aspects of the void.
Born in this area.
Just getting that video up and running now. So while that's up and running, we can understand. Here we go, we've got it. So you saw in that video the basis of the void. The principal deity was that Sri Adi Guru Dattatreya, and his image of the three heads, and those 10 primordial beings. They are all rebirths of that original deity, Sri Adi Guru Dattatreya, and they all came on this earth at various times during the evolution of man, just with their own message to their own people, whether they were born in the Middle East or in Asia. They each came with a message to help their own mankind, their people, become their own masters. Could we have that slideshow up now, Jorge? And I'll just go through a couple of images and then we can. So traditionally, we can see this image, this circle, you could say, represents the Nabhi chakra, and around it, we have all those different images of the Adi Gurus, the 10 of them. I have them all listed on a future slide, which we can see. We'll go to the next slide. So here it is positioned on our, what we call our subtle system. It's around the Nabhi chakra. It is the stomach area, and it is around the 7th chakra, the Sahasrara. It's around that on our palms, and it's around the Nabhi chakra there. You'll see that it's directly running through that Swadisthan chakra. So that Swadhisthana chakra circles around the perimeter of the void and circles around the Nabhi, of course. So the connection we have with the void, the Nabhi chakra, and the Swadhisthana chakra is quite relevant. So we can see in the text there, the void is the space between our current awareness and our enlightened awareness. So there's a difference there. We're trying to get to this state where we meditate every day, we raise our Kundalini to this enlightened awareness. But the void represents where our current awareness is. So it's blocked before realization when we are still in a state of spiritual ignorance. When cleared, the void facilitates our guru principle, where we become our master, where we become our own teacher, whereby we are naturally able to discern what is necessary to keep ourselves in a balanced state. That is only possible to maintain that when we meditate each day, when that Kundalini passes into that void area. That's the blessing that Shamaji has given us, you could say, in this birth, because traditionally, before Sahaja Yoga, before the advent of that in 1970, there were thousands of seekers spread out over the last 2,000-3,000 years, and they would have to try and clear their void area, that ocean of illusion, through penance, through tapasya. Basically through hard work, through complete discipline, giving up all materialism, everything that enticed their attention away from their spiritual path, from that real desire. What Shamaji has done is she's given us our spontaneous self-realization, and that Kundalini can go there and clear out that void area, and we can cross over that ocean of illusion to get to that enlightened awareness. Then our actual state of being, our actual day-to-day lives, where we are a lot more the master, we're a lot more aware of all these illusions that are around us, all these things that bring our attention away from our spirit or away from our spiritual path. And we have a lot more joy, or we have a lot more fulfilled life. We can go on to the next video. Next slide. So we can just read that. And then we'll go to the next slideshow. So once we do pass through this void area, we establish or awaken these 10 primordial masters within us, and these 10 commandments also. And they become part of our lifestyle. They become integrated into our being. It's not only for the well-being of for ourselves individually, but also it permeates into the society we live in, the people we live with. This is the strength of the vibrations which Sahaja gives us, which we meditate to achieve. And these vibrations spread through the society, the community. And the next slide. So here are the 10 Adi Gurus. They have their timeline there when they were born. And their teachings quite often were the basis of different religions over the time. You can see the Sri Muhammad down at the base there. He was the founder of the Islam religion. Now, he didn't necessarily come on earth to say, I want to find a new religion. He came on earth just with teachings as a reincarnation of that Sri Adi Guru Dattatreya, with these teachings for his peoples. There's Guru Nanak also, who was the founder of the Sikhs. He came at a different time to Sri Muhammad. Now, in Sahaja Yoga, we believe in all these teachings. We incorporate all of them because of the essence of the message, the essence of that teachings. We don't follow all different religions because man has put that title on his teachings and changed it to suit himself over the years. We are followers of the message of these people because they were real souls. Okay, we can just go to a photo of Sahaja. So the void represents the self-mastery. I'll just read over some notes that I've got. It's the journey from the seeker to becoming our own guru, our own teacher, essentially our own guide. There are 10 primordial masters who are represented in this area of the void. They came on earth at different times in the evolution of man, and their main role was to teach how to balance ourselves so we can achieve ascent in our spiritual life. The birth of these 10 masters was to establish Dharma, inoculate the society against false prophets, false gurus with their false teachings, and to nurture genuine sainthood in common households. So, like I said, over time, this principal deity, the Adi Guru Dattatreya, has taken 10 births. Many of these births led to the creation of religions such as Muhammad, with Islam, and the Lao Tse, who wrote the Taoism. And they had many texts they wrote. And an example of the Lao Tse was live in harmony with the world. And Tao means the way, as in the vibrations. It is the way. That's what he was talking about. In our lives, there are many illusions that draw our attention away from our spirit, from within, and from our real path. And this is why our void is called the ocean of illusion. It is a difficult path to cross. We need to develop self-mastery skills and become our own master. The teachings of all these 10 primordial masters was designed to cross this ocean of illusion, to develop our guru tattva, or that is our guru powers. And it is the evolution of the self, the understanding what is benevolent for our ascent, and being able to let many of the illusions, which there are many forms of that, just drop off us. So the guru, Shamataji, who gave us our self-realization, we could say our guru, is the one who takes us through the void area. So the guru has to lead us through that ocean of illusion with their teachings. And because of self-realization, this process is sped up and can become effortless. So traditionally, the path seekers were on a path of tapasya or penance. But with Sahaja Yoga, we have blessings by Shamataji and to our ascent, blessings for our ascent, and we can pass through this void area. As man has evolved over thousands of years to be this complex epitome of existence, we have now achieved our spiritual awareness, our self-realization, and the complete or the final step in evolution can occur. So even after self-realization, we are burdened by many things: disease, financial worries, family concerns, bad habits. So many things can put us in illusions and deviate us from the real path. That's our seeking path, that's our spiritual path. Hence, this area is referred to as the ocean of illusion. It is not easy to cross. We must become our own master to enable us to cross this area. So we can play that short video now for one, the Nabhi and void. This only goes for a short couple of minutes.
Throughout history, there have been many masters that in many different places and times have all expressed the same principle, the principle of the master. When the Kundalini enlightens the area of the void within us, we awaken this principle, i.e., by awakening this wisdom and balance, we can become the master of ourselves.
Surrounding the stomach is the area where one has to cross. And this area is actually the area of the masters. All the primordial masters were born in this area, like Moses, Socrates. There are main basic 10 primordial beings who came on this earth, who came to give us an idea as to our seeking, what we have to do. Basically, they came here to teach us how to balance ourselves, how to balance so we can ascend. Now, all these great prophets or primordial beings, we should say they were the ones who were the masters, they came to inform us that if you cross too much onto the left side or too much on the right side, then you will be falling in your sustenance, in your quality as a human being.
The void is the subtle area of the human body where illusion and reality confront each other.
Okay, we can now be ready to put our feet in our foot soak bucket. So just thought let's give you some information about that connection between those Nabhi chakra and the void and the Swadhisthana chakra. So things that make us difficult to pass through this void area is the false knowledge or false gurus. And if we continue with this holding on to this information and we are not aware, or we're still ignorant that it's not beneficial or benevolent for our ascent, we can catch or we can have problems in that area of the void. Now, this false knowledge is also a problem we have with our left Swadhisthana, where we catch or we have problems in our left Swadhisthana because of these false teachings. So they are directly related with the void and that Swadhisthana. Materialism. If we are meditating, we're trying to get on this spiritual journey, we're feeling good, but yet we're still tempted by this materialism that's everywhere in media. It's always trying to track our attention. We catch on the void, on the Nabhi. It represents a lack of contentment or a lack of satisfaction of what we have, each individual, what one has. And that also plays a part in this crossing of the illusion, this ocean of illusion, trying to pass through this void area. Often we may feel butterflies in the stomach as a physical reaction to this nervousness we have, or feeling nauseous and sick. That's directly in that Nabhi or that void area. Just feeling unsatisfied or not that confident in oneself causes that. So clearing of the void, we can bandhan the void. We've all done that, giving bandhan and saying affirmations, which we'll do during our foot soak now. We can do candling around the void area. We can foot soak in warm water. Often we always use cold water, but for that attention on the void area, we could use the warm water. And taking a glass of water, putting a pinch of salt in it, and leaving it on your altar or that place where you meditate in front of the photo of Shamaji. And that water is vibrated, and then we drink that water. Has the pinch of salt in it. The salt represents the earth element, and that vibrated water can help clear the Nabhi also. They're just little clearing tricks or techniques we can use. So let's put our attention inside onto our void area, putting your hand onto that area of the stomach and just keeping your attention there. We can say some affirmations. Say, Mother, please make me a satisfied person. Keep your attention on that void area. Mother, I am my own guru. Mother, let me overcome all illusions which tempt me in my day-to-day life. Mother, Let me have the clarity of what is real and unreal by becoming my own master. Mother, let me establish an innate sense of ethics, of Dharma within me. Mother, please let me be proficient in learning from the teachings of the 10 primordial gurus. Mother, please give me self-control. Mother, please give me the qualities of self-mastery to pass through this ocean of illusion. So just keep your attention on that area. Keep your hand there if that helps. You can put your hand down if you prefer to be more comfortable, or you can keep it there just to keep your attention there. We're going to play a 9-minute video. And then when that finishes, we can basically hand over back to John Michel. So we can play that 10 Primordial Masters video, please.
Adi
So if I can offer any words of wisdom for you regarding this void chakra, it would be to wake up regularly for morning meditation. This develops that guru aspect within you, and it develops discipline for your benevolence. Here are some signs that our void is in a balanced state. We wake up easily for morning meditation. We can easily decipher what is right and wrong and what is benevolent for our spirit. We establish good discretion. We gravitate towards true teachings and deviate from false teachings or untruths. We understand our own personal ascent and feel the balance or gravity in our existence, moving subtly from the effort to the effortless state, becoming our own guru, our own master. Now, it's a day-to-day challenge. All these illusions that come in our life, and having that discretion or that power just to overlook them and understand what is benevolent for ourselves, for our growth. But I have this last video, which Hoke will play, goes for 30 seconds, and it's just got one simple message Mataji says, and it's a very beautiful message, and I will end on that. Thank you for joining, and we'll play this last video, 30 seconds, and then hand it over to you, John Michelle.
Because a guru makes his disciple cross the Bhavasagar. He's like the boat who takes his disciples and crosses with love and with proper direction. That has to be with all of you. As it is, you are all realized souls. And because a guru makes his disciple cross the Bhavasagar, he's
Thank you. So Shrimari's message of love is she, as the Kundalini power, will help you pass through your own void area with that message, with that existence of love. Over to you, John Michel.
Thank you. That's a very deep program. So much information that is so important.
It's unlike the different chakras and their information. It's a sort of whole kettle, different kettle of fish altogether, isn't it? The void.
So we can just do a quick checkup of ourselves. We close our eyes, take our hand above the head, just relax completely. Don't put any effort, just relax. We just watch our attention. Where is my attention? We can take our hand down, keep our eyes closed. This Guru principle in us is very much connected to our first chakra that gives us the innocence. And the innocence is our guide that allows us to reach our self-realization. So we just surrender to our innocence. That will give us the Guru Tattva, the Guru principle. I surrender to my own innocence. I surrender to my wisdom. And then we don't put any effort, we just relax. Let the Kundalini, let this divine energy create a miracle in us. We have to believe in miracles because we were born without any effort. We received our self-realization with no effort, and the world will be saved because of a miracle. Just don't put any effort, just relax. Now we put our hand on the heart. Without any thinking. We just welcome the divine in our heart. Mother, please fill my heart with compassion and love. Make me a loving master, a compassionate person. Let me share my love and my joy with everybody. Then we take our right hand above the head again. All this without thinking. Just relax. See if you can feel the love flowing from top of your head. So this Guru principle is very, very important, especially today, because the situation in the world is so damaging for people over there, but as well for everybody. It creates fear, it creates sadness, people lose faith. So we have to go deeper. And to go deeper is what Brett said, is to wake up every morning and somehow, using any technique you've learned, somehow try to find your way into silence. Once you reach the silence, just relax. Let this energy imbibe you completely and believe in the miracle that this power that gives us realization is the same power that creates a tree from a seed. So it's very powerful. We just need to let it be, let it work. We have to believe in our own goodness. Why are we coming to Sahaja Yoga meditation? Because we are good people. Because we are good people, nothing can stop us. We have to believe in us, in ourselves. Very important. This is one of the qualities of the mastery, is to believe yourself. All right. See, I wanted to ask you, I forgot. If you have any questions, please send us a message in the chat and we will answer your questions. So, Brett, while we're waiting for questions, what has been your experience with Sri Mataji? Did you meet her?
I have been in her presence before. Yes.
How did you feel?
It's very all your senses become alive. You feel this extreme joy or this extreme enlightened senses. Everything is sort of raised up a notch, or 3 or 4, 50 notches, but that joy that you feel is because, I mean, in retrospect, is because of that love that you feel when you're in front of Shamaji. That love that comes out of her aura, it's very contagious. So when you're in her audience, when you're close to her, which I've been very fortunate enough to be on a couple of times, you just feel that motherly love very powerfully, very clearly.
Yes, and a very deep silence, isn't it?
Yes. It's very comforting. Even at the moment when you're there, and even when you go home that night, and even when you reflect on it after 2 years or after 10 years, it's still very comforting.
Yes.
Because it was so real. The experience is so real.
Okay, we have a question. The Mother Earth cleanse our channels. So who cleansed the Mother Earth? Oh, that's a question for you, Brett. The Mother Earth cleanses our channels, but who cleanses her?
Jenny may have answered this one, but you haven't? Okay. Well, would I be wrong in saying the mother cleanses herself? Just by her own order of existence, by her own, how do I say it, innate qualities, she preserves that level of existence to operate, and in doing that, she's cleansed automatically.
Yeah, she's the giver of all the gifts and all the generosities from Mother Earth. So when we give, we receive at the same time. But I think this person might meant about pollution and things like that.
Okay. You can help me out here a little bit, Jean-Michel. Obviously, this illusion, that we're living in, that corporates or businesses can just keep delving onto the earth and plunging and dumping all their stuff on it. It's another illusion which they're living in, which the play has to keep evolving all the time. Yeah. And I suppose eventually it'll have to come to an end, but there'll be a price to pay, perhaps, for individuals or for societies.
I think it's the play of evolution, where we have human beings who are born with some challenges because they have to evolve. Then some gurus come along, like Moses, Socrates, try to teach human beings different things. And in the process of evolution, we make mistakes. We follow wrong people. We do wrong things. Then there is a reaction from nature. Then we suffer a bit and we introspect more, find our balance, ultimately get our realization and move on. And at the end of all of this, I believe that the earth and all the chakras, all the elements are pure. Whatever happens, it's a game of evolution. That's the way I see it. But in this game of evolution, we have to take it very seriously. We have to really watch ourselves and become aware for who we are. This is the most important, is to become aware of the truth, who we are. Once we stand on truth, miracle is taking us across the ocean of illusions. And this is the most important. Most important. It takes, as Brett said before, it takes effort. Once you've crossed, it might look easier, but it takes effort to maintain your balance while you're crossing. Not always easy. So we have to meditate every day.
To cross that path, it's the help of the Kundalini that's going to get us there. And that's through our meditations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only human way, isn't it?
Yes. Anyway, so on that note, I think we are going to have, let's see if there is another, no, there is no other question. On that note, we are going, I guess, to have some music. Thank you again, Brett, for this beautiful program and sharing because the way you spoke about it, I really liked it, because I could feel that whatever you explained, you're actually living it. You're living it. It's not just reading something. It is something you've experienced yourself. That's why you can talk about it. And that's very good. I really felt very good. So let's enjoy music and then see you again on Monday.
Good evening. Thank you, John. Bless you.